And hopefully we've got another 10 years in us.
Are you going to be able to see the teaser inside once you see that teaser? Because he's really good.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Marvel just released a new trailer for Daredevil Born Again at a special event they held. There were a ton of Easter eggs and references to all the Netflix Defenders characters, Punisher, pretty much everybody, even Spider-Man. They revealed what's going on with the show, why they're bringing back all the Netflix Defenders characters, why they're connecting things to Spider-Man 4, like what this all means, and what to expect from all that during Season 1 and Season 2 of the show. So we'll break it all down. Generally, it seems like Marvel took all the criticisms of the last couple of years when they rebooted the reboot of Daredevil Born Again, so I think we're getting the best version of the show. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the episodes. Of course, I'll be doing videos for it, just like I did episode videos for the Netflix Defender series back in the day. We're also doing that giveaway for Deadpool and Wolverine tickets. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and just post all your reactions to all these Daredevil and Marvel Netflix Defenders characters coming back. What I'll probably do is just name giveaway winners during my next couple of videos throughout the videos. But if you didn't see, a lot of the Daredevil Born Again show will connect with Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4. I do have a separate video I'm working on just for Spider-Man stuff, but everything that's happening during Daredevil Born Again is meant to set that up along with the other ground-level Earth-based stuff going into the Marvel movies in the future, as opposed to the larger multiverse stuff that we see in Deadpool and Wolverine trailers. That's more connected to Avengers 5, Avengers 6, Secret Wars, big multiverse spanning stuff. But starting with the new footage, Marvel just held their big upfronts presentation recently where they hawk all their TV shows, their wares for advertisers for the stuff they're releasing this year and next year. So there were a bunch of trailers and teasers for several shows. The brand new Daredevil Born Again footage starts with Matt Murdock talking about how people have started disappearing all over New York City randomly and nobody seems to care. Based on the other footage they've released, I think we figured out what's going on with that too. But it's set after the events of the Echo series, so it's not a reference to Thanos' snap in Avengers Infinity War and the 5-year time jump. People in New York City in present day have started to disappear after the events of Echo, after Kingpin has run for mayor. Then Daredevil says the legal system is like David versus Goliath, obviously referencing him versus Kingpin as well. There's a quick montage of him changing through a couple different suits and costumes, like his normal lawyer clothes, his old mask he used to wear before he got his red suit, then his brand new red Daredevil suit that we've seen. Then the Punisher comes back in a different scene and starts attacking Daredevil, seemingly not recognizing that it's Matt Murdock under the costume. He goes at him with a hatchet until Matt, in the new Daredevil red suit, tells him that he is Matt Murdock. They didn't really clarify what was going on in the footage, but I'm assuming this is because Frank doesn't recognize him in the brand new version of the red Daredevil suit. There's some vibes of the old suit, but it does look a little bit different, especially if you were flying at someone in the middle of the dark. And it has been a long time since Punisher has actually seen him, since we've actually seen them together on screen together. A lot has happened, so there are a couple ways to explain why he might not immediately recognize him post-blip after Avengers Endgame. You also have to remember, in the context of the universe, it's been a few years since Avengers Endgame when everybody came back, so a lot has happened since they saw each other during Daredevil Season 2. Several years have gone by. Then they transition to a totally different scene of White Tiger suiting up. This is what his suit looks like. He's the Hector Ayala version of the character, the original White Tiger in the comics. That version's more of a vigilante hero type character who's teamed up with Daredevil and Spider-Man in the past. He's typically thought of as a good character, but more of a Punisher hardcore type of character who does good things. During the events of Season 1, he'll have his own arc. He'll be one of the vigilantes trying to clean up New York City, but doing it in a very Punisher kind of way. Then it flashes to a scene of Foggy Nelson and Karen Page. Big deal about them coming back. I've already done several videos about that. We've seen a bunch of other footage of them with Matt Murdock that both seem like it's happening before the blip, like Episode 1 catch-up recap style. What happened to the characters after Daredevil Season 3? Then brand new stuff in the present day of the series. Matt Murdock says the whole system is against you in New York, followed by a couple quick action scenes, and then it ends with someone asking him, what kind of lawyer are you, setting up his reply, a really good one, for the big Spider-Man No Way Home reference.
How did you just do that? I'm a really good lawyer.
Pretty easy to see why they use that Spider-Man reference, because most people watching Daredevil Born Again going into the series will not have seen the Echo series and all the stuff he did during that, or Kingpin as well, so most casual fans coming in will only remember him from Spider-Man No Way Home, so they want to lean on those references. Within the context of Season 1, it's also meant to be a sly wink at the continued connection with the Spider-Man character going forward in the events of Spider-Man 4. When the series begins, they will have their quick previously on recap portion like they did on X-Men 97. That was a big deal because it was a much bigger time gap since the last episodes, which were X-Men the Animated Series back in the 90s.
Previously on X-Men.
I did a couple videos a while ago about how Kevin Feige essentially rebooted the reboot of Daredevil Born Again. There was a previous version of the show they were going to make that had very little connection with the Netflix series. They canceled that because apparently it was trash. Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio were even kind of ragging on that, like, what were we thinking? What was going on there? There was the very well-documented reboot where they started bringing all the Netflix stuff back and started to re-engineer the series to be more like Daredevil Season 4, which I think a lot of us assumed they were going to do all the time already. Even though all those episodes are total banger, like if you haven't seen the original Daredevil series on Netflix, I recommend watching it. It's been so long since most people have seen those episodes. Thus, they need a previously on sort of recap portion at the beginning of episode 1 to sort of catch everybody up to what's happened to the characters since those events. It's also there to speedrun the relevant parts of the Echo series with the characters to explain why Kingpin is running for mayor of New York City, why Daredevil is the way he is in present day. Also to set the tone of what's going on in New York City post-snap, because there were a bunch of deleted scenes, even a whole deleted episode of Echo that would have explained a lot of that. I think they just shifted that to Daredevil Born Again when they re-engineered the series. Like, we'll just take care of this during Daredevil because most of the Echo series does not take place in New York City, so we don't need to worry about that yet. But there's sort of a catch-up element at the beginning of the series to remind you what happened to Daredevil, Kingpin, Foggy Nelson, Karen Page, Punisher, the other Defenders characters after the finales of their shows. They got into some of the backstory during the Echo series at the very beginning, like what happened during the 5-year time jump to all these characters. We know Daredevil and Kingpin did not get snapped, but they need to explain a little bit about what happened to Punisher, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, any of the other characters they want to bring back. I believe that Punisher was also around during the 5-year time jump, did not get snapped, and separately he and Daredevil were doing their own version of Hawkeye's Ronin mission around New York City during that period, just going after the worst criminals in the New York City area that didn't get snapped. The whole difference with Hawkeye Ronin is that he was going all over the world. They kind of set the tone for this during the Hawkeye series and during the Echo series. Part of the idea is that during the 5-year time jump, it was total chaos, so you have a lot of criminals and crime families trying to take advantage of that. Kingpin himself at the top of that list, like you see him here pushing the cops around, just doing whatever he wants to do, like he doesn't even care that the cops are there, already treating them like they're part of his henchmen. So you have Daredevil, Punisher, the other Defenders characters that didn't get snapped doing such a good job of keeping him and the other crime families in check during that period, and a lot of other vigilantes rising up, sort of leading to this escalation of vigilantes all over the city. That continues after the blip, so the city itself is still in chaos. There are vigilantes all over the place now, inspired by Daredevil, Punisher, the other Defenders. It also leads to an escalation of supervillains around the city too. Kingpin then gets the galaxy brain idea at the end of Echo that things have gotten so chaotic, he's going to fix New York City by becoming mayor and changing the entire system to his vision of order. Like he's going to bring order to the city, but it'll be his order. Ruling the city with an iron fist to make even more Defenders puns. Here's where we get back to that Daredevil Born Again trailer footage that they just released. People disappearing randomly all over the city. One of Kingpin's first acts as mayor is to target all the vigilantes in the city. Secretly, this is also his legal way to get rid of all the superheroes trying to stop him, just claiming that they're dangerous vigilantes that need to be stopped. They kind of got into this during the Muse storyline in the more recent Daredevil comics. Muse is meant to be one of the antagonists during Daredevil Born Again. Muse takes the example of the Punisher as inspiration to do all kinds of terrible stuff, fixing, quote-unquote, the system, pointing out all of its flaws, but doing it in a really, really stabby kind of way. Kingpin then uses that as an excuse to go after all vigilantes, including Daredevil and Spider-Man. So they're kind of doing that during Daredevil Born Again in the TV show. And that's why people are probably disappearing. Kingpin is hiring some of these other dangerous vigilantes, like you think about Scorpion, Shocker from Spider-Man Homecoming, sort of low-level supervillains that Kingpin is hiring to go after all these other superhero vigilantes that are trying to stop crime. Mostly the ones that are getting in his way, though. One of his big targets, though, is Punisher, because Punisher is going after a lot of the corrupt police that are working for Kingpin, and Kingpin does not like that. So for example, in this scene here, you actually see what looks like a cop pretending to be Punisher wearing his Punisher logo so that one of the nearby street cameras will pick him up and it'll make it seem like Punisher is killing White Tiger One of the vigilantes the Kingpin also wants to get rid of, but trying to kill two birds in one stone, get rid of Punisher by making it seem like he's going around killing people in cold blood. Thus, you have people slowly disappearing, like what happened to White Tiger? Well, Kingpin got rid of him. So it just seems like that's where things pick up with the Daredevil character. He learns about people disappearing, then follows the rabbit hole trail back to Kingpin. Like, oh, this is because of you trying to get rid of people like me in Spider-Man. We know that Jessica Jones is eventually supposed to come back. It might not be till season 2. There might just be some Easter eggs for her during season 1, but they already have so many characters, so I'm not expecting a ton from her. You probably just saw Mike Coulter saying that he did want to come back as Luke Cage, but it just depended on the scheduling because he's doing that Evil TV show on a completely different network, so it just depends on him being able to actually film new Daredevil episodes. I think a lot of those characters and Marvel deciding what it's going to do with Iron Fist just depends on what happens during season 2. Everybody post all your reactions in the comments below. What do you want them to do with Daredevil going forward? We know he's supposed to come back in Spider-Man, but there are just so many different things that you can do with ground level stuff going on in the MCU. Like, it's a wide open territory for them right now. I've already done a couple other videos about their Iron Fist plans in the MCU. Click here to learn about that, and click here for all my new Deadpool and Wolverine trailer videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.